up, guys? Shulman here. I told you guys I had some very big news for y'all. And after driving for almost 10 years now, being involved in Formula Drift, working on multiple teams, trying to climb the ladder to get up to ProSpec, I can officially announce that I am driving my Enjuku Racing S13 in the 2026 Formula Drift ProSpec season. I am literally flattered. I'm so excited. It's been a dream of mine. It just was not sustainable years ago. But we worked our way up and we're going for it full steam ahead into next year's 2026 ProSpec season. And I will see you guys there. Stay tuned for more updates. And yeah, thank you to all of you for supporting me, my friends, my family, sponsors, of course, to making this dream finally come true. What's up, guys? Back for a new video. Shulman here on my channel. We're actually making a video. I know it's been a while. I apologize. I've been very busy. As I always say, doing a bunch of stuff. But I have a big announcement for this video, and that's why I've been so damn busy, is trying to achieve the goal of going to Formula Drift this year. As you guys know, if you've been following me for a long time, I'm driving for a long time now, trying to achieve the goal of going pro. And it's a very long road sometimes. It's a very hard road. It's never gonna be easy. But I wanted to come make this video to officially announce that I am driving in the 2026 Formula Drift ProSpec season. And I just want to make this whole video explaining how this happened and how it's going to happen, what the plans are, and how excited I am to finally go be in Formula Drift and become a pro driver. Now, it's been a long road to get to this point. It's been very rocky, very bumpy, good, bad, you know, mixture of both. That's just what racing is most of the time. But we're here at Enjuku Racing, here in my hometown, Claremont, Florida, my hometown shop that I am very blessed to be sponsored by for the 2025 season and also going into Formula Drift for the 2026 season as well. And I am very blessed in this position I'm in to be able to represent this shop, Enjuku, this brand, this awesome company of awesome people in my hometown. I grew up here in Claremont, Florida for my entire life and have never left. So I'm still here, and it's funny enough, my small little town in Florida, that a very huge, popular, awesome brand like Enjuku is here in my town. So, but it also gives me the story of how I kind of got into drifting and found people in it and made friends and started a career with it. And basically, you know, just kind of it's grown the past over 10 years now into this year going into Formula Drift, which is crazy. And I'm very, very happy, and it's a very surreal feeling. But anyway, I'm rambling. I want to make this video to basically explain to you guys how my drifting career has got to this point. Why I'm doing it. Basically, in a short story of how my career started and how we got to this point. I'll try and make it short the best I can. It's kind of a long story, but I want to give you guys more context of how this all has happened and how I got my license and how I have my license and my season's not even over yet. So it's definitely really cool. And we have one more round to go this upcoming weekend, December 6th at Orlando Speed World. We're basically going just for fun, but I also have to go finish out the season strong for my partners and have my deliverables set for my sponsors and to please them and give them the best media possible, and as well myself media. So I'm gonna sit you guys down, start talking, and update you guys on what's been going on. I'm gonna sit you guys down right here. My arm's cramping, I'm holding y'all. Okay, here's the whole story in a very short story way. Back in like 2011, 2012, you know, I was a kid who was in this small town called Claremont, Florida, west of Orlando. It's a suburb, and it's my hometown, been here for a long time. And I also was riding BMX for years, and being around BMX kids kind of grew into the car scene locally and abroad, basically. So we, you know, growing up, I had friends who were into drifting, had 240s, had Z's, had all those kind of things. And some of them worked here at Enjuku Racing, and I was around this place when I was a little kid, kind of dreaming of going to that point someday, have my own drift car and drifting and doing all those things. And for some reason, long story short, I bought a Subaru WRX, and I had that as my daily driver / cool car for God knows how long. And, you know, I had that for a while, watched everybody drift, you know, doing their thing for a while, and I haven't, you know, didn't even have the chance to drift, but I knew I wanted to. I knew I could do it one day. And as years went by, you know, I had some friends that were into Formula Drift, and obviously I knew Enjuku was too. And I went to my first Formula Drift, I think 2014 at Orlando, OSW, home track. And I went there and I'm like, okay, this is it. This is sick. This is going to be a dream one day. I'll be here one day. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make it happen one day. And going there and watching all the drivers drive, and back then it was like really bad driving as we would think now, and I was still blown away and very excited to watch that caliber, that level of the sport. So long story short, went to FT as a spectator for years and years, and I was always around it, even local events, stuff like that. But as you guys know, I did work for Adam LZ for a long time. Met him through my BMX fun hobby, and right out of high school, he offered me a job. Started working for him, and kind of dedicated all my time to him, working for him full time. I didn't know anything, going into this. Like I learned a lot of my skill and the way I do things through working at that job and helping Adam's career grow. So from the BMX stuff to the drifting, kind of grew with him. Worked for him for a few years. Had my own drift car even before that. Kind of helping him out. Me driving my stock SR20, 240, having fun doing laps, doing it just for fun. And as time grew on, it just kind of built and built and built. And then he got into FD, and I started working in FD with my part-time job working for Adam. Not with my full-time job working for Adam, but then having the FD program was basically 2 jobs in one. So it was kind of crazy to even try to do my own thing while working for him. And, but being able to go experience working in Formula Drift, I think 2019 was his first year, my first year in FD working as a crew member. I was so excited to be there. Just like, I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do. Again, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it somehow. And it was always that guess of I'm going to do it, but I don't think I'm going to, but I will do it somehow. But I worked in that team for a few years, and then later on branched off and started doing my own thing. Worked on Simon Olsen's team, worked on Derek Madison's team, worked on Ricky Hoffman's team for a few seasons. I worked on Rad Dan's team this past season and the season before that. And working FD, finding people to work with, networking, but also just being there, learning every job on the team. I viewed this drifting position or driver position as a business. So you go to a business, you start off there as a cook, and then you start doing tables, you start doing this, you start doing that, learning every position on a team. And then when you get to the driver position, you're the owner, you're the boss. You know how to do every position in this level of the motorsport. And I've done spotting, I've done crew, I've done detailing the cars, anything you can imagine on a race team, I have done. I think I've done a good job at it. I know I've done a good job at it. I was really bad at first learning, as you'd expect, but I've grown into this position now to where I can become the driver and the owner of my own team. I've been doing that for years, but just not in Formula Drift or that level of that. But again, I'm kind of rambling. I'm trying to make it shorter for you guys, but it's just been crazy. And again, working in Formula Drift for so many years, about 7, almost 8 years now working in Formula Drift. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's actually all has paid off while driving out of it and growing myself, my name, my brand within those years of doing all those things. And it's just a lot of, when you put a lot of effort in something, a lot of time and money, it will pay off. You just gotta keep going no matter what happens. And I think my biggest thing here was don't stop, don't give up, because you guys have probably seen over the years now of me blowing multiple engines a season because I was just not knowledgeable in the prior years, or didn't have the budget to have the proper parts or proper this, proper that. I mean, I blew, probably 6, 7, 8 JZs, very expensive engines over the years, and I almost quit a bunch of times, or people are telling me to swap a different engine in the car, or do this and that, or just quit. My family's telling me to stop. This is worthless. This is stupid. Just stop. It's not worth it. And I'm like, no, I know it's worth it. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna figure out why this problem's happening. I'm gonna solve it, and I'm gonna go prove you wrong and do my thing. And I know it's gonna work. Didn't know it was gonna work, but it did. But yeah, basically, I was always told to stop or take a break or this or that. And I did take one break in 2023, and that helped a lot. Had a lot of life stuff going on, but regardless, doesn't matter anymore. That taught me a lot. And all my mistakes, all my failures have led me to the point of success. And I used to never believe that, but it actually has. And now the car is super dialed, having all my amazing partners, especially in Juku Racing, my title sponsor in the hometown, BC Racing, RS Garage, Freddie Spec Tune, CB Curlo, MBC, Garrett Motion Turbos, Action Clutch. I can go on and on about Brian Crowder as well, about all my sponsors that make this possible. And when you have all the sponsors, all the backing, financially, parts, or just in general, you can make it happen. But it does not just come to you. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication to yourself, your family, your life, your sponsors, all the above. And it has led us here now. So basically, if you guys didn't know, I've run Pro-Am. This is my second year of Pro-Am. I ran clutch stickers when it was in its prime for every season. And those days were a bunch of learning days as well. And it was just a lot of the beginning of actual comp drifting and learning and failing and continuing to get back up and going and going and going. And now, as the years have gotten better, I've gotten older, I've gotten more financially stable, I have a really good job, I have really good backing, I'm more mature, I have good people in my life. When you have all those things, it will bloom into this awesome flower, basically. And that's really what has happened. And, again, like working in FD, meeting people in FD, meeting, brands and stuff like that throughout the whole 10 years has kind of led to this exact point now. Now, you guys are probably wondering, how did I get my license for the 2026 ProSpec season? I have been running Pro-Am, like I said, and I ran Pro-Am last year, got second in points, and I didn't quite make it. If we didn't blow a motor last year, I would have had my license, but honestly, it all happened for a reason. I was ready skill-wise, but financially in the backing, I was just there, but it would have been really hard, because I grew my personal business a lot this year. And we would have been able to do it, but it wouldn't have been exactly what I wanted. I'm kind of glad it didn't happen last year. I got denied a petition last year as well for the 2025 season, and I got second in points last Pro-Am season, 2024. Going into this season, we stepped it up a bunch, being backed by Anjuku Racing, and that helped a lot as well, majorly, to basically grow my program myself and all the above. And we had a decent season so far. It's been kind of weird. The first round was a wash. Had a really bad call, petitioned the call, won the call. Now I'm going to imagine that event existed. Round 2 was awesome. Almost won the whole event. Almost had a perfect event. Got second place. Third event was kind of a cluster, but we made it kind of work, if that makes sense. Got fourth, almost got a podium. Should have won, but whatever. But I don't really care anymore. We're going up. And we basically are still second in points right now, but our round 4 is supposed to be back September 20th, a while ago. That's when the season usually ends, and you go to SEMA, you get your partners, and then you branch out and network and go to PRI, and then you stop and take a break, and you go right into the teardown of the car and emails and a bunch of business stuff you don't want to do, but you have to do to make your life work. And that's what we're doing. But now we have round 4 of Pro-Am this upcoming weekend because I had to cancel round 4 and reschedule it for this round because of track conflict. So yeah, this weekend's round 4. But again, I have my license, so I'll explain that. So how did I get my license? If you guys didn't know, in order to get into Formula Drift, you have to either A, win a Pro-Am, or B, petition. There's 2 ways to do it. You basically have to go to a Pro-Am, there's a bunch throughout the country, and you have to win the championship in the series, first place. And if you win that, you get your license, you go to Formula Drift ProSpec, and then you're kind of off from there. Or you can petition if you have good history, you can show you have backing, you can show you have skill, you can show you have the car. Then you send an awesome proposal in, and you basically will show them who you are, what you can do, and what you want to achieve. And that's basically what I did. And I got my license by petitioning in for the 2026 season. The petition is pretty self-explanatory. It's very easy, but I think if you've networked and shown who you are and sent an awesome sponsorship deck or proposal for Formula Drift deck into them to show them who you are, what you can do, and what you can offer, you probably have a good chance of doing it, but they are picky and they want people that can come in and not just last a year and then vanish. So when you show them what you have and what you have done, and that you've created a name for yourself and you have the backing and support and the skill, you basically can, if you think you have that, you can't petition. But if you don't have it, people do petition that don't have it, and they get denied and they get upset. But it's like, I went through that as well. And it just takes time and a lot of effort and a lot of just work to get to this point. So that is what I did. Over the years, I've asked so many questions of the FD staff and people involved in FD drivers of like, hey, like, what do you guys want? Like, just tell me what you want. What are you looking for? I'm told they want this and they don't want that. And I'm told they want this and they don't want that, as in like, okay, your skill, whatever. If you have like a good looking car and you have a good looking program, we'll let you in. And then it's like, actually, nope, you have to have skill. I don't care what car looks like. I don't care what program looks like. We want you in. Or you have no sponsors? Don't care. We want you in. Or you have no sponsors? Nope, we don't want you. And I'm like, what do y'all want? Tell me what you want. But if you give them everything they want to where there's no questioning, they can't really say no, right? So that's what I've worked at to basically, okay, I have the backing, I have the car, I have the skill, in my opinion, and I have the knowledge of doing every job on a race team in the past few years to basically understand what it takes to be a driver and team owner in this environment and this level of drifting. So that's kind of where we're at now. we are going into the Formula Drift 2026 ProSpec season. And I'm kind of out of breath because it's still taking my breath away. I was actually headed to work one day and I checked my phone, got the email, and I got the acceptance letter from Andy Luck saying that I have been approved for a 2026 ProSpec license. And then we went off to SEMA, got some awesome deals, networked with my current and new partners for next year. And basically, you know, you got to build a program up to be able to afford and to sustain the level of what you're doing, even though it's just ProSpec. ProSpec's still a professional driving series. So, it's just been a lot of work. It's why I've been so busy. I know it's a long video. I'm trying to explain it the shortest possible. There's so much more detail I can go into. I'm trying to keep it, you know, in this little box of information for y'all, but it's just been a long, long road. And now we have PRI in 2 weeks, and we have the last run of Pro-Am this weekend. We're basically going to Pro-Am just to have some fun, and just gonna go have fun. I still want to win and act like I have to win, because it's like life or death, because I won my license by winning it. But now that we have my license, we can kind of go in and just have less pressure as in the stress of having to win, to where I want to win just for fun and show why I deserve to be there, and just do my thing, have a good time at the home track, have a bunch of family coming out. It's gonna be really cool, and it's gonna be loosey-goose, as in me, myself, and not be stressed. But the car's gonna be hooked up, turned all the way up, all the horsepower, all the boost, letting that Jay-Z sing all the way into ProSpec 2026. So I am very excited. I will do more updates soon. I just want to make this video while I had the second and the time to get this video out to film here before we go into next weekend's last round of Pro-Am to have a good time. But yeah, stay tuned for more updates. I'm going to do next round. I'm going to film all that. We'll do that video like we always do. And then after that, it's basically another update for y'all after PRI to let y'all know what the big plans are. And then it's time for some teardown on the car. A lot of improvements. We got to do a lot of stuff to the car to get it FD legal and ready to go for next season. But yeah, that's the update. That is the big news. We're going to Formula Drift, guys. We have worked so hard. I have worked so hard. I've gone through every hurdle possible to get to this point, and we are officially going to ProSpec for the 2026 Formula Drift series. So, man, I'm excited. I don't even know how to explain to you. Like, it's just like a huge relief. Like, it feels like you graduated college, but also you're welcome to hell. So it's gonna be a crazy thing we're gonna experience together, and you guys have been with me since the beginning. I want to say a big thank you to all of you for supporting me and motivating me to keep going and never give up and just keep chasing the dream. And I appreciate y'all so much, and as well as all my partners, all my sponsors. And yeah, that's all for this video, really. That's nothing else, just me yapping along, announcing what I'm doing. And that's gonna be next year's thing, going to Formula Drift, guys. But, all right, I'm rambling off. I'm talking a lot. I'm trying not to talk too much, but if I would have told you the whole story, it would have been me here for 4 hours yapping about myself, which I don't want to do. So I kind of boiled it down to a small story. I'm sorry if I kind of ping-ponged it, but as I tell a story, I forget things, then I remember them, and I go back to them, and that's just kind of what it is, because I'm getting old, I'm almost 30. So, but yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys very soon. Next round is at Orlando Speed World, round 4. I'm gonna go have fun, try and do my best and win, and then it's time for the off season. So thank you guys, see you guys very soon.